Jarrell, Big Baby Miller, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Hey, it's great to have you on the show. It's your first time on here, man. Let me tell you what. I was doing some research on you. We always hear that you were like a kickboxer. You know, they bring that up almost in every telecast. But the one thing they don't bring up is how good you were and what a high level of kickboxer you were. I mean, you were in K1, the K1 Grand Prix Glory. You fought Mirko Krokop twice, Pat Barry among others. How did you go into boxing, and why didn't you go into the MMA route?
Um, I was always doing boxing and kickboxing from a young age, and kickboxing finally kind of ran its course, and it was just time to start going after bigger money, bigger and better things, and boxing was always my ultimate goal, and MMA wasn't that appealing to me, so I just followed my dream, which was boxing.
There you go. All right. So you're supposed to fight, or you were supposed to fight, or maybe you are supposed to fight Trevor Bryant. Is that fight gonna happen? I heard the WBA may have ordered that fight. What's going on with that?
No, that's well, not for me. I'm not playing any games or sanctioning anybody's doing a lot of promises and this and that and this back and forth. I already fought two more times already because of the belt to get the belt. Now I got to fight another one more time to get eliminated for a belt. I already since Johan Duhaupas was a time eliminated. So we're talking about middle of last year. So now all of a sudden they want to do it again. So I don't have no time to do that for an interim belt. Type in the real heavyweight championship belt. So no, I doubt I'm going to be doing that tournament to whichever Brian.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you talk about it's because it's not the real belt. I mean, it's how would you, I mean, is that how you view it too? I mean, it's a regular belt, it's an interim belt. It's not the belt.
Yeah, the interim belts. I mean, the WWE has a regular, but they have a super championship, and so having the belt does give you a couple more dollars in your pocket. And in the other weight classes, they look at those as champions. But for some reason, the heavyweight division, they don't really acknowledge it as much as doing the other divisions. And at the end of the day, I just have a clear path of doing something a little different than me locking myself into fight the two more fights, which is not really the direction I want to go in per se. So my main thing is staying focused and getting ready for a normal fight or getting ready for Anthony Joshua.
Well, that brings me to the next question here, man. Has there been any talk or offers about an Anthony Joshua fight?
Recently, yes, there's been talks about it. There was one offer that was made earlier today, as a matter of fact. So I mean, there's talks about it. It's just based on the Dana White doesn't really want the fight per se. He doesn't really, he's been hard on negotiation. So I mean, they said if they can make a deal with me, they're gonna bypass Dana White and fight me in June. So Dana White might miss his opportunity because he wants to be stubborn on certain numbers.
So you said they made you an offer this morning. Good offer, bad offer, something I'm not going to take. What kind of offer was it? You don't have to get into specifics with the money, but just
yeah, it's not a bad offer, but if they offer you something, you always know there's more money on the table. And my main thing is getting in the ring, knocking this behind out, and then from there, I'm the man. So, like I said, we definitely don't give them a hard time with certain things, but not too hard because my ultimate goal is to get a title shot. And I was going to think about legacy first, and the money will come.
So let me ask you this: would the fight take place in New York City, or would it take place over the pond?
It would definitely take place in New York City. That's what we've been talked about.
How big of a dream would that be for you to fight in your hometown for the one of the undisputed? I mean, because Anthony Joshua is the guy I think we think of when we think about the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, he's definitely kind of surpassed, Deontay and his shenanigans. He's the money guy in the division right now, and the guy to really beat. And I know there's few guys that can't beat him, and I'm definitely one of them. So it's what I've been training for my whole entire life, and this is what I've been waiting for. So like I said before, we're gonna see if Dylan White doesn't take a deal. But trust me, I'm waiting right here to kick his butt.
There you go. You work with Eddie Hearn in DAZN. One of the big knocks on DAZN is that you're kind of limited on how many people watch you fight. Is that how you see it? And does it matter how many people see you as long as you're getting paid, or how do you do that?
I mean, the main thing we're trying to get to a heavyweight title fight, and then from there we're gonna figure out, what's the best options for me. And right now, we've been putting a deal into place where, Canelo's bringing a lot of viewers to the app or to the outlet. I believe when I beat AJ, that it's gonna heighten what I'm doing and where I'm trying to take it. So, like I said, nothing lasts forever. But right now, we got to go where the money's at, and especially where the title's at. And right now, that's the zone.
Yeah, I hear it, man. Beeb, you have some questions for Big Baby Miller?
Absolutely. Jarrell, so much is made about your weight. I like to call it a functional 315 because when I see you in there, you're out working guys, you're punching in combination, you're moving well, your stamina is strong. When you hear all this talk about your weight and you're sitting there out working guys that are 20, 30 pounds lighter than you, what do you have to say about that? How do you feel about that criticism?
My whole life is grew up with criticism, so, and I'm not the person to make anything really affect me. I kind of just do my own thing. I do my own groove, and I've always been myself. It is what it is, man. If people feel like it's such a big thing, why don't you find a heavyweight to beat me? All these trainers out here, why don't you train a heavyweight that can beat me? So, I could care, 2 cents what they say. No one's even came close to even beating me or scorching my punch output as of yet. I think the only person that can get close to my punch output is Adam Koronaki. And he's been putting guys to sleep as well too. So, at the end of the day, man, big boys, we just build different. That's all.
Absolutely. Now, you work with Dimitri Salita, you work with Eddie Hearn. Do you have any long-term deal with Salita? I know you don't have a long-term deal with Eddie Hearn. How is your promotional situation right now? Are you on a fight-to-fight, or do you have a long-term deal?
Right now, we have a couple fights in place with Eddie Hearn. We're in renegotiations right now with Eddie Hearn. My contract with Salita is there for now. But when it's over at this point. I'm kind of want to be my own boss at this point, which I really am still my own boss. It's just that I don't need nobody hanging over my head, and I think everybody's gotten their fair share of the work off my back already. So, once our contracts are up, I'm going solo and do my own thing.
So when you go solo, would you still be open to, like, say Eddie Hearn says, I'll give you a 3-fight deal, I'll give you this, this, and this. Would you still be open to doing deals like that? Or would you still want to do another fight?
For sure.
Oh, okay.
The main thing is again with bigger promoters. There's no reason to be with these smaller promoters, and they're not really doing no work. Eddie's the one that's really doing all the work. So it makes no sense being another small promoter who was just there to collect a check. It was cool in the beginning. Everybody get what they deserve, but at the end of the day, the fighter's the one paying the most with his own body. So I think they should reap the most. So you don't need any middlemen when you reach a certain point. Everybody recuperate, or reciprocate what they're putting in at the end of the day and continue to move forward.
And then by having that type of situation, you're still always open to the highest bidder, so you're not locked into anything. So that's pretty good for yourself, I would assume. Now also...
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So Tyson Fury, everyone saw that fight with Deontay Wilder. A lot of people were surprised. I actually wasn't too surprised, but because I picked Fury to win. With Fury coming back like that and shocking everybody, does that inject even more life into the heavyweight division, and does that make you more excited that there's another player in the game right now?
Any more players in the game is more fun because there's more money that you can make. Tyson, he brought some light on the heavyweight division, and of course he exposed Deontay more already than he's always been exposed. But Yeah, I mean it's cool. I mean it's nothing. I mean I'm not in the Tyson Fury Deontay game. I'm in the big baby Miller game. You know what I mean? So if it concerns me, I'm cool. If it doesn't concern me, I give two cents about it. And at this point right now, they have unfinished business, and it is what it is. A lot of Deontay and him up together, and these opportunities for me to do what I got to do with AJ.
Now, you've been climbing the ladder, you've been fighting these contenders, and you're chomping at the bit for a title shot, and you've been waiting patiently. Are you getting tired of waiting? Are you a little bit anxious? How are you feeling right now in terms of the waiting game for that title shot?
I was a little anxious last year, but I kind of see the playing field right now, and some things have came out in the light where patience is always a little patience is not bad right now, and like I said, I don't even have to beg or even run around squealing and screaming and all that. People know I'm here. They know I'm waiting. On with the network that has the biggest name in heavyweight division right now. So, like I said, there's only one or two guys who can really fight. Dylan White or Deontay, and then it's Big Baby. So Deontay is going to be locked in right now, and Dylan White might price himself out of a fight. So it all depends.
So, outside of yourself, I know that you talked about Anthony Joshua being the money man, and everyone knows that he's the money man in the division. But outside of yourself, who do you think would be the toughest challenge for you? Who do you think is the best heavyweight out there outside of yourself?
I think Tyson still has long attributes, long arm. He's always an awkward guy to deal with. Deontay, another tough guy that's out there. My other Brooklyn Knight, Adam Koronaki, another tough guy, throws tons of punches. Ortiz, older dude, but still a veteran, still has some gas in the tank. So, a lot of good competition still out there. So, style make fights. So, any given day somebody can slip up. So you gotta be in your P's and Q's and be ready.
Speaking of Konaki, what did you think of his performance last night? He really looked sharp last night. Did you anticipate him getting Washington out of there that quickly?
Yeah, I didn't think Jarrell was going to get washed up out of there as quick as he did. I just felt I thought maybe he would learn a little more in my fight. And, don't judge the book by its cover. And, slugging it with guys is not really his forte. But I tell people, too, when I fought Washington, I think he's a lot different, better shape. And he's coming out of Klitschko training camp. And I was in an 11-month layoff where, I didn't have any fights. Adam has having tough fights out of tough fights back to back, and he was ready for that, So, and he showed people he was ready for that. So, even though I stopped him at 8 and Adam stopped him at 2, it's still a good entertaining fight, and he did what he had to do.
All right, well, that was my last question, Jarrell. Things are looking good for you right now. I hope you get that Joshua fight. Seems like you may get that Joshua fight next. The way negotiations are going with Dillian White. Wish you the best, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate everything, man. Thank you very much. All right.